things are going bad. And in next year, 2023, there are like 264,000, like a thousand, 100,000 more people got laid off. And in 24, it's 150,000. And this year already, like in 2025, like we're in May, 61,000 tech people is laid off since January. And I mean, there is no denying that a lot of jobs which are like repetitive is going to be taken over by the AI for sure. And the bad thing about tech market is that a lot of engineering jobs and the coding jobs, like which is kind of like mainly depend on like putting data from one place to other place through API database, like those things are there. And it's kind of like repetitive, like it's goes into repetition mode. So those jobs can be done, like not now, but in the future, I see those is happening, and those jobs can be replaced, and that means like engineers are going to be replaced. But one thing I still like still going to say that engineers are like they solve complex problem, and I don't see like now or maybe in 5, 10 years like AI is able to replace that completely. So it's not like all bad, but things gonna be bad. Like jobs gonna be lost. Just one example, like in the graduation, like there is a person who used to announce, okay, you this is the next student who has graduated, like he announced one student after another. Now they have automated it, like some AI is doing that. So like all these jobs which are like repetitive, like it can be done just with the some little bit of AI model, those are going away for sure.
Yeah, I think your point is really, really interesting, and I think that the first job that will be killed first are the one who are repetitive. So, and I think those people that are exposed, uh, they finally need to prepare to that, to build some new skills finally, because we were thinking that the jobs that can get caught was a job like a low value job, if we can say that. But as you said, as you mentioned, you gave a lot of numbers of layoffs in the tech industry, and they are even laying off uh, software engineers, you know, because the thing is AI is getting more and more smarter.
Right, absolutely. And one thing I would say, even if you upgrade yourself into the new skill, let's say the new skill, you have to do the vibe coding and do like leverage AI somehow in your coding skill. I mean, there's so many people who are already doing that, but still they are having really hard time to find a job. I think the way current market is like they want to make like the stakeholders, they want to make like more money faster and easier, and they have invested so much into the AI already, so they want that return and they want to keep things stable for themselves also. So they're not going to go out and hire more people unless it's something really critical for the business. uh, One example I would say that the Klarna, I think it's in the news also. They have some huge losses because they wanted to go back to AI agents. Like they say, okay, we're gonna be more focused on the AI agent. They did that, and I think they have some yes, and they have some big losses. So they know what they're saying. Okay, we're gonna go back to the human developers. So unless and until like it's not affecting the balance sheet of them, they are not going to hire you. And it is a employer market right now. Unless you take all the check boxes in their list, you're not getting hired. So it's market is bad. It's employer markets, and managers are looking for the unicorn. So if they feel like, okay, this is the person I can work with, he has all the skill and I like him, and like there are so many other factors, like unless those things are not getting matched, like you get chances of getting hiring is very less right now.
On your point of view, what you say is really valid. It's really valid. I think this problem can come from, the people who have the capital, to fund this. So we talk about the investors, company that put billion inside this kind of technology. What I see that is really hurtful is like technology is not bad at itself, but it's how we use it that can harm, society and the way society is working. In Europe, people Americans people, they were just screaming on European that wanted to, of course, accept AI, but put some fair rules, in order to not harm the economy. So what I call by harming economy, I talk about firing people, mass layoff, and all of that. In Europe, we don't have that kind of mass layoff yet, but we have a kind of mass layoff in automotive industry, for example. We have until September like more than 100,000 jobs that will be cut because industry in Europe is really suffering. But on AI side, I know it's a country of regulation, but they wanted to protect that. And what I see in America is like I've seen it for months, for really months. Like a developer guys are crying, I'm making some TikToks, I saying, "Oh, I've been laid off, I've been that, I've been this." Um, and what you say is really valid because when the investing company that are investing, they want a big return. And in the new economy of tomorrow, I see that we will have a lot of companies that are just operating with few people, and we already have some kind of example now.
Right.
They are
That is
generating
absolutely
billion
right.
with two people. Sorry.
Companies are going to be operating with less human manpower because they have to pay them good, and why they want to pay someone, let's say, 150 or $200,000 a year when they can get things done from offshoring or from the AI agent. About the European market, which you said that there are regulations about not to harm the economy by laying off the people. I'm not sure. I think things are already in place, like it is happening in our like right now. We just don't see it. I mean, isn't like there's so many car manufacturing companies in Europe, like they are using robots, which is like it's robotics, but it's also AI is involved there. So if that manpower is being replaced, like you're somehow affecting the person who's making salary and like giving the part of the economy. With this, it just the company is making and saving more money. So I think it's just the way like to sugarcoat things that it's not going to be company is not going to impact like we have rules and regulations, but I think it's totally opposite. Like they're doing it, but trying to make things calm and peaceful, but they're still doing it. And here, like yes, there's so many engineers. Like they are really good engineers. They are affected because they got laid off by the companies because they want to save money. For example, if Microsoft have invested like billions of dollars in AI in OpenAI, so they want some return on that. So and they want to keep their stock up also. So the stakeholders are happy. So the way they save money is like the first thing any company does is okay, let's remove some employees from our company so that we have some money saved up. So anytime any companies is investing a lot of money in anything, in this case it's AI, so they're gonna get return and they're gonna fire people. But the bad thing this time is that they're not gonna hire more people because AI is there. Previously, okay, let's say we they have fired a lot of people, they didn't the layoff, but they hire back because they need those people after some time. But this time they say, okay, we have the AI, so why I have to go back and hire more people? I can do this thing easily, like less code or no code, like using AI agents. So
Mm.
they're not going to hire more people, and offshoring is already one of the major factor to pull jobs here. So they're going to offshore a lot of jobs. They are already offshoring, they have increased it. Some companies have increased it to 70%. So it just like another like stab on the wound. So it is bad. And one thing which people are now realizing, like, is a career really worth in tech right now, the way things are? Like you can be loyal, like you're updating yourself, you're doing the great job, you're doing 100%, like you're doing good performance, and you are doing whatever is needed by the company, still you get laid off. So the loyal the if you're being a loyal, that I think that is gone now. Like people see it now that it doesn't matter if you're loyal or not. Company's not going to see that. So
Yeah, loyalty doesn't pay off anymore.
yeah, so I think it just like the way things are moving, it's just bad. And tech market, I see, is gonna have a struggle. Like people is gonna struggle. Tech is gonna be there, but company is gonna be there. But it's just the people who works, they're gonna have a really hard time adjusting into this new transition. Either they're gonna be in the tech, or they're gonna be doing some other work, some other they're gonna do some career transition.
But, but I think that in America, it's happening a little more faster than anywhere in the world.
Exactly. Yeah.
You say that now companies have AI, so if they want to hire, they won't gonna hire more people. And it brings me to talk about, the decline in entry-level jobs. Me, I was graduated from my school in 2017, and even at the time, and even a little bit before, we had a lot of shortage on entry-level jobs. Uh, to find a job like after your diploma was pretty crazy, and we see that it's kind of uh, going really much more crazy with shipped overseas jobs that we call as offshoring work. And what I've seen in the market, no matter in America or in Europe, that a lot of jobs are taken offshore in some kind of countries, but we don't need to name there. But they have a lot of choice for doing so, like a cost efficiency, talent supply, because there too, this country are producing a lot of engineers, a lot of graduates, and they are really ready to work, and they have a culture of working really hard. And due to the time gap, they can work on round the clock productivity. So when America sleeps, they just wake up and continue to do the 24-hour turnover work on what was left. This is hurting our market for a long, long, long time because we talk about like American workforce is expensive, but it's expensive because the workforce have gained value. The product that goes out from workers has some value or also and some quality, you know. And I think it has been taken in the level that is really crazy now. And I don't know if in your surrounding area you had the experience of people you may know that are really affected in the entry level job site.
I mean, I have seen this like since like couple of years. Like entry level jobs are getting really hard. Even the company I was working for in the past, like they were not hiring like the junior engineers. So the problem with that is, like, if you don't hire junior engineers, if you don't hire the entry level fresher jobs, uh, who's gonna be coming to that level, to the mid engineer and to the senior level in next 4 or 5 years? If there's no, I mean, are you going to hire just for the senior roles? And for 4 year gap, there was no junior engineers and entry level jobs. So that there is a huge gap, which I see like a lot of crisis is going to be coming if the trend keeps on going. Because if you look at all these, like Mark Zuckerberg, they're doing podcasts and all those other NVIDIA CEO, like they're openly coming out and saying that we don't need entry level jobs or junior jobs. Like they said that we're going to replace them with the AI. So the problem with that is, let's say they are able to manage and do like run their business like as usual they are doing. So in next 4 years, like there will be no people who are senior engineers and who gonna be in the like principal staff, like that whole it's a cycle. So if you are breaking the first point, you know, because you're not gonna hire a junior engineer with no experience as a senior engineer in 4 years, you won't. So this gonna be a huge crisis in the future, and the way I see it, I think company thinks that their perspective is that they are wasting money uh, by teaching them, by learning the life, like real life examples of the application or software or engineering. So they see it as okay, it's a added cost on our balance sheet, so we don't want to do it. So it's a long-term stability which they don't see, just like a profit, short-term profit they see. So I see that we definitely need entry-level jobs happening, not just at offshore, but at the onshore as well. And if we uh, maybe they have some other plans, I don't know yet, but we definitely need to have like more junior engineers.
Yeah, because as you said, it's a cycle, and now it's the main markets that are suffering, so America and Europe. But I think when the AI thing will be much more advanced, I think the offshoring side will be suffering too. Because I had a talk with someone on Reddit that is working actually for an American company in the Philippines. He knows, he's aware of like the American companies laid off some people in America to give those jobs to people in the Philippines.
Right.
And now this guy is saying they are starting to lay off his department to give his job to another country that are more cheaper, and is thinking of going to change a job, but he said like it's really difficult for him to find another job, so he's waiting just to be laid off to take the severance and start a farming business. That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, I mean that's why the post like tech is dying slowly, and I feel like it is because for at least for the people, like why someone wants to go in a career where there is no stability, or like there's no, like you're married to the uncertainty, like you never know how good you are, how you're updating yourself, but AI is going to replace you, or some offshore person is going to replace you. So it's just getting bad, and I think slowly it's going to be more difficult for the next college grads to come and uh, see, okay, do I want this in my life, or shall I just leave it? So I mean, 4 or 5 years ago, people come and see, okay, this is a good business. Okay, I want to be part of that. And they join there as an engineer or something, software engineer. So there was like a little passion there for them also, and a thought in their back of their mind, okay, I have this could be a good career for me. But now I think that mentality is going away. The way we are leveraging AI, and we want to say, okay, let's not get into this, because you never know, like you won't be needed, and we are seeing examples, like there are people who were sticking with company for 10 years, 15 years. They were like, okay, let's say some people will say they were like not good, or they didn't update yourself. I mean, there are people who are updating themselves, and like even the Microsoft, they have not even spared the director of AI. So
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah,
uh,
that's crazy. I saw that.
so so it's like so much uncertainty in the tech world, I would say.
Mm.
You should really, really, really consider before you say, okay, do I really want to go in the tech world now, or just explore some other option?
But you know what was not really funny, but that was a little wow. Well, like some weeks ago, she was hired on Microsoft, and she said, "Oh, my team is hiring." So she put the badge hiring on LinkedIn, and a few days later, she just said, "Okay, she's been fired in the layoff." This is really crazy. This
Wow.
is really crazy.
And another
And
thing
the
I would,
thing, it's not just. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to. You can go ahead. I'll add it up later.
Okay. I think it's not just, the tech industry is suffering. The tech is suffering, that sure. I think HR also is suffering because another big tech company just fired, like, if I may find the numbers, they fired like 3,000, yeah, 3,000 HR people.
Wow.
They fired 3,000 HR people, and they just, yeah, rip, no, 8,000 HR people worldwide, and they just replace them with AI platform, Ask HR, designed to automate repetitive administrative functions. And they just
Wow.
kept some few folks, for the really hit things, but 8,000 people HR. So we have this problem all over, the different industries. And even myself in consulting, we most of the time work with tech companies, work with installation companies, and we've seen these few years that the budget are just shrinking more and more, and we don't have enough budget to hire people, and we don't have enough budget to survive. So that was really crazy. And you mentioned the Microsoft AI woman they just hired few weeks ago. That's really crazy. That been fired like nothing,
Right. Yeah, I mean the HR number was like I'm surprised. Like I didn't know that number. Like 8,000. It's a lot of people who got laid off. Yeah, I mean AI is the reason. Like they know the tool they can use to do the hiring and all those things. So yeah, I would say that yeah, AI is another root cause for that as well. But about the new grads coming, I think they have to think if they want to have a career in the tech now because I mean think about it like Nvidia CEO and Bill Gates and Zuckerberg like maybe let's say 4 or 5 years ago they were saying out loud everybody should know how to code, everybody should know how to code. So from that they have went to nobody has to learn to code. Like AI is there, you just need to write a sentence. So if you know how to write a sentence, which everybody does, so that's all you need. You don't need to learn coding. So that's the message, which is clear. Okay, they don't need people, the new graduates or anyone who needs to know how to code. So the narrative which they have set up is that we in the future also we don't need experts or any language expert coder. They have everything. Uh, they need minimum people with who can leverage AI. They're gonna use AI, and people are gonna be operating with very less workforce. Now, a lot of people comes and say hey, AI is gonna have a lot of jobs come up into the future. A lot of people will be needed to do the AI work. I mean, look at the numbers. You can go and look in LinkedIn. Like so many AI jobs are there. One job is there and like hundred or thousands of people have already applied. Those jobs are getting reposted again and again. Like they're not hiring. I mean, this is not like it's only this year. Like this been the same for like last I would say since 2022. So it just the market is bad, and I don't see that is gonna go any better the way it was. uh, AI is going to replace a lot of things, a lot of engineers and a lot of coders, but uh, in 10 years, things will be all different. Like, I don't know how company, even if they need someone, I think they will need some consultant who are there
Mhm.
just to fix the bugs and all those things, which won't be a lot, but they will be needed. But average people, like let's say if 30 people are working in the tech out of 100, they're gonna need like only 8 to 15 people. So it just like you have to think if you really want to enter into the tech career.
And just to know a little bit more on your side that you worked in the tech industry, right?
Yes. I have
Yeah,
worked
and
in a lot of four or five different, yeah, five different companies, and
mm,
I have around 12 years experience also. I have worked in many different languages, many different applications, worked on government projects also. So I've been into the tech, but my colleagues are there. They are laid off too. They were in tech for like 25 years, and they're still like struggling with the job. So we exchange our views and opinions. So it's just like a common opinion which we have these days with everyone. It's not that one person is saying something, but people who are working at the upper level of the tech pyramid, they would say some totally different things. Which, I mean, at the reality, you can go and look at the numbers on LinkedIn or Indeed or any other job portal, like how much people are getting hired. And the new norm is it would take at least 6 to 8 months for someone to get hired. That's a new norm. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, you need person who knows 1 plus 1 is 2, and he can, if he knows that, he can figure out 2 plus 2 is 4. So company is looking for someone who are checking all the boxes in their list. He should be a perfect unicorn, and that's why like hiring is so bad these days.
but, but even just to know more a little bit, like you personally, you were affected by the layoff or not?
Yes, I've been laid off in January 25.
Okay, well, just after the New Year Eve.
Yes, so mine was on, yeah, around January 20 something. Yeah.
Oh, no, okay. But did you feel it coming, or it was just like a big surprise, a big gaslighting?
I did not see it coming like, I mean, I was not the only one. I think they reduced 20% or 30% of the workforce. Nobody saw it coming. Like, everybody did not realize that this could be happening. But the I mean, Facebook, I mean, all these big giants like FANG companies, Microsoft, Facebook, and Amazon, like these companies, they have set the narrative like we can lay off, and this time we're gonna change the narrative. Like it's not us, it's not our bad management or our bad hiring or something like that, or our bad planning or projects. It's not us. It's just you that you were the bad performer. So they have set this
Yeah,
narrative, and they
yeah,
have. I mean, there are so many good engineers out there who are capable of building something on their own if they are well funded. So once the narrative is set by these bigger giants, everybody follows that. So everybody's firing, and the way we are seeing this huge wave of AI is because they have invested so much into the AI, like so much money, and they want to get some return on that. The way they will get return if everybody start implementing AI some way or leveraging AI some way in their own workplace also. So I see this. They're gonna have a lot of AI agents. Companies gonna try with that, and there are people who know how to leverage AI. Like I think everybody is updating themselves with that as well, just to stay afloat. If you know how to leverage AI, I think most of the work which people are doing, I think they or companies like they're not going to be needing huge workforce. I think so, like if there's a team of 20 people and you are leveraging AI, I think you just need 4 or 5 people from that. So there's we're gonna be seeing a huge reduction of workforce as well, like in the future.
as as we just talk about the huge reduction of workforce in the future that is already coming, and we know that it will be more of that. Just last week, I think I saw that not few days, not so long time ago, but Duolingo you know the application to learn language and all of that.
Right. Right.
The CEO announced a strategy AI first. So in the past, they were relying on some people who were, helping to translate the content and giving like, how to say it. They, they were able to give some cultural nuances, because even you speak one language, there is also a cultural side that had some nuances to what you are learning. And suddenly, the people that were using the platform were just surprised because, the class was really repetitive, because we've been really submerged of a lot of AI these few months, so we know how to
Right.
spot the AI thing. And people start to just make a demonstration self-subscription and say like how you can just remove, jobs of hundreds of translators, and they just keep pushing on that, and it's done, it's done because they were funded by with a lot of money, and the comeback need to be made finally,
Right.
and AI is the good thing, to leverage for that. And as you said, there will be a lot more of layoffs, a lot more of things that will happen like that in the coming future. Um, what do you think about the new generation that are, already choose to go in tech, to learn some coding language? Because I've seen a lot of people say, okay, we have AI everywhere. So is it really necessary to learn something these days because you have everything on your pocket?
Right.
And I think it's destroying people too. Mind.
I think what happened with the Duolingo, that the app which teaches all any different language, I think they have posted a little bit earlier than they should have. I mean, in our so the current scenario with the people is that AI is going to take a job, and they are not happy about that whole thing. So when they're seeing this, okay, they have reduced the people, and we are just watching with some virtual content like which is AI generated, like there's some model behind that which is working. So if I'm just interacting with that, I don't want that. I want some actual real person so I can have some connection. So this generation is definitely not gonna fully accept the AI, but I do see that the way it is being pushed by the big corporations, like they kind of push it so hard that the next generation have no choice just to accept it. That's the end game. Like whether you like it or not, that's gonna be there because not just Duolingo, like there's Amazon, for example. Like I have a friend who's working on robotics automation, like in the warehouses, they're gonna be using just the robots, which is gonna replace all the workers. All the jobs is gonna go away. It just the way like it is coming through. Slowly, it's gonna take like there are other companies which are producing 100,000 robots, which is gonna be delivering it to some businesses, restaurants, and other places. So I think us as a people, like people, they don't like the idea of AI because it's gonna be stealing the jobs, and it is. Uh, but I think the way we can push it so far, it just like okay, next generation have no choice; they have to use it. So, and the question which you asked about the is coding is really something which people should be learning. I think if they want to, people who should be learning the coding will be the ones who are leveraging AI and they want to build something their own. Because if companies are not hiring a lot, I don't see a lot of people are even thinking, okay, let's go make a career in the tech. They're going to be learning who wants to build something. Let's say I want to build something my own, like some app or something or some solution which I have. So those people are going to be learning the coding for sure because I think no matter how good you are leveraging AI, you still need to know and what things are where. Like AI
Yeah.
is not at the level which can debug things at some like deeper layer of architecture. So there's going to be people who are learning, but it's not going to be a lot of people. It's just the people who wants to do something like build their own thing, like a business or entrepreneur. Like even if they have their business, but they want to get that tech out so that it's easy for people. But like 4 years ago, everybody should learn coding. That narrative is gone. Like you don't need that. Not everyone has to learn coding.
Yeah, 100% agree to that. And what is making me a little bit worried sometimes is that I'm thinking, but like, I can't see what will be the world of tomorrow because I've talked with hundreds of people online, and I remember, a message of a woman that she was working in the tech also. It was like 7 months ago. She was laid off, and she just was applying every day, and every day. And she applied, I think, maybe 1,000, 2,000 applications sent, and she didn't even have enough of money to pay a rent. So she just chose to let go her apartment that she was renting, and she's just going Airbnb by Airbnb. It's even more cheap for her to live like that, and she's just hoping NDAB by NBAB, to survive because she can't go nowhere. Her family is far away, and nobody can help. And that's really made me a little bit shake in the back of my head because I know what's happening in America is not far from happening here too. And we have some case, we have some similar case too. And I was starting to read this book, Deep Work,
Deep work.
um, and I really like that because in the beginning he was talking about, the way that people in this technology area lost focus because we are really beaten by dopamine everywhere, and we are beaten by the quick instant and the quick reply, era, and people needed to focus more. So I just felt like I needed that book, to relearn again a little bit, some techniques to have a deep more focus because we are, quickly taken by the notifications and all of that. And what really catch my attention, why I talk about this is on page 28, he said, in this new economy, three groups will have a particular advantage: those who can work well and creatively with intelligent machines, those who are the best at what they do, and those with access to capital. And then he said that uh, it's not everyone can have access to that kind of capital because we talk about a lot of capitals, and I think that people should focus on the ability to quickly master our things or AI and all of that, and the ability to produce it at an elite level in terms of both quality and speed, in order to survive in the next new economy. What's your thought about that?
It feels like a very true statement. I mean that, and I think all those 3 points which you said, it's gonna like I think I think more than 70% of the work, like people are gonna be removed from those 3 points. So it's really scary, and like you don't know how much. I mean, not everybody has that huge capital to fund their business. Not everyone can be like a master to use AI or technology. Everybody is different, and I'm sorry, what was the other point?
Yeah. The other point was like, so first are the people who can understand and use the machine intelligently. Second point are they need to be the best at using these machines and really be really fast and do it at elite level. And the last point is people need to have access to a lot of capitals to
Right.
survive this era.
I mean, if not, a lot of everyone can understand the technology and machine, like how they can operate it perfectly. So I feel like this is really dangerous. Like more than 70% of the people are going to be removed from those 3 points. So
Mm.
it's just like really scary, like the way things are moving and the way things going. Like they have proposed that they need to do something about it, like a universal income or something, which I see it's a huge, like there's a huge possibility and potential for that to happen. I mean, if there are no jobs, like only few people are needed for the operational work, then what's going to happen to the other people? Like you're replacing the people who drive cars, you're replacing people in the restaurants, you're replacing people at the warehouses and machinery and the coding. Like so, I feel like there's going to be a lot of unemployment. I do see that's happening. And most of the jobs you are also sending it to the offshore. So it's just going to be a really bad situation. Either you work really, really hard to get to the point, okay, you're safe, but even if you like upskill yourself and do really best, it's still like really great and smart engineers, like they're getting laid off. So definitely, like it's not gonna be good, but with the AI. And for the tech, I mean, I'm more, I can say like very confidently about the tech that I see that it's not going to be the same that it used to be. And main reason is companies not going to rehire you because once they laid off, they used to rehire, but now they're not going to rehire you because they have the AI agents to do that. So I don't think like people should be entering and thinking that AI is a lucrative career and a good career, good money. So that's definitely something people should really, really give it a thought before they wanna do pursue that. Yeah.
I I think I'm a little bit not afraid to say that, but sometimes I'm thinking we are going to an era of universal income, like where everyone will maybe have an allocated money, like everyone touch the same salary. Maybe, who knows?
Yes, I mean they have said it, right? I think Elon Musk has coined this term like in some interview that we're gonna be having some universal income. So I see that is coming, and Bill Gates he have mentioned about 2 day work day. Like you just people are gonna be working only 2 days, and rest of the day I think robots are working
Yeah.
or some AI agents are gonna be working. So I mean, when these are the cases, that means that you're not really needed. Like there's not really much work for you. So it's just about like how you're gonna be surviving. So I see that like you need to have some sort of income or some assistance which government is gonna be giving to you.
But I think before we just go to that place, I think there will be a lot of move in the society because a lot of people will not accept that, and a lot of move will be there. Um, what made me think about that more is in a recent interview of the Microsoft CEO, he just predicted that AI agents could collapse the traditional SaaS business, software as a service, for people who don't know. And he just think like, as you said at the beginning, do I need Excel? No. Do I need that? Or no? And he just talked more deeply in the SaaS model that the SaaS model work as like people manually put the information, I think it's gathered manual somewhere, and they put the information and the SaaS use this information to display it intelligently in a way that can be treatable and people can work on that. And he
Yeah,
said
I
that,
totally agree.
yeah,
Like the SaaS software as a service, like these kind of products, I think it's been taken over by Facebook or
mm,
Microsoft. Like they're gonna help all these small businesses or the like businesses which is like not really huge, like they can help them with the with anything. They're gonna ask them, just type in the simple sentences that we're gonna build it, and it's gonna be pretty
Yeah,
straightforward for them to like have that up and running, and there's no issues in the software. So I agree, like software as a services, like those things gonna be fading slowly. It's not gonna go away like right away. And yeah, I think most of the jobs which we like engineers like they are working on is mainly the SaaS products, right? So once those are like taken over by the AI, you definitely not gonna be seeing a lot of people, a lot of engineers in the tech world.
yes, I got that. And just to finish on the technology side, if the SaaS really is gonna die completely, it will be really crazy because a lot of companies are on SaaS model. We have a lot of business are on SaaS model, and this will be really crazy. And the other part I wanted to talk about is uh, like when we already are a lot of people that are saying that AI is doing something fast and all of that. And yesterday I saw someone, he's a system admin in the company, in the French company. He just rant, he said like the AI companies are making some bots that are reading the internet, to get information and all of that. And he's managing a bibliothèque internet website, and those bots are coming there. So this was the first generation of bots, and he can just select agent bot, and delete it finally. But the new generation of bots are more intelligent, and they are just acting like real people are using the website. So you don't know if those are bots or those are people. And he was saying that this is really crazy because in the future is coming, even random people who want to have a website, you can't have a website because it will be more expensive to protect it yourself. So you will need to run to Microsoft product, to all of this kind of giant product in order to be in there to have the right protection for your website, and you will pay for that service. Uh,
Yeah, makes sense.
so
Like
what you thought about it?
the end game is like you have to use their products which have built your website or some way. Yeah, I mean, I definitely see that the possibility if I mean, if some request is coming on a server, you don't know like if it's a bot or like it's an actual human being, and so
Mm,
I mean, if you're using some API gateway or anything like that, and if it is not able to do that, so yeah, I think the Microsoft or someone they will come up and say, hey, you have to have this extra layer of protection just to make sure your website is not attacked or anything like that. Yeah, I definitely see that as happening. Like they have to make some extra money, like some money, so that like they are also making some profit from taking care of their website and business. That
mm,
is
mm.
something I think still happens, like the API gateway, like they do it, but the bad side is like you're giving all the power and everything to this just one piece of like one person or one organization. So like you won't have much choices at that point. Like if Facebook is building everything by themselves, like everything for your business by themselves, and you're just writing simple sentences. So it just you have to tackle and manage them, and they have all the like liberty to ask you more money for anything. So yeah, that's something which I think it's more worrisome for the future work and future businesses.
And I think we already start to see that. And me, I just felt that, when the ChatGPT price increased, when we had a $200 subscription, for the best model. Because at the beginning, I was not understanding well why we had different models and what were the differences between those models. But now with the price segregation, if we can call it like this, you can just see that the ones who have the money to put on the table $200 every month are getting, the most efficient and intelligent machine, for their work. And I think this system, will be more, more we be more straight into the market on the different sections, like that guy who is system admin was just saying, and that's a little bit surprising for me. But I think we have more to see again on what will coming. So on your side, me, I was just thinking when I saw those kind of things coming and all of that. When I saw a lot of company were having some difficult time, to operate and all of that. I think there is never a good moment, to start to build some savings, to start to just make some side hustle, because I feel like the time that are coming are some difficult times. And how do you manage it on your side right now? Did you had some, I think, emergency funds, or how do you manage the financial pressure of this time?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So you definitely need to have some, you don't have to wait uh, for the bad times to come before you start making extra money or side hustle or anything. For me, the best way to be prepared, and if you're in tech, you definitely need to do this. Always live below the means. Like if you don't really need something, you don't have to have it. So save most of your money just for the rainy day, because I don't know how much company will give you as a severance is won't last, and the way hiring is happening, it could take months, years, to get back to the business. So definite. I mean, for me, I was having the saving somewhere aside, and I was also investing and making sure I make profit. So I have some saved up for since I'm not working, and once it is going away, I have to think about something serious, like make really hard decisions. And
Yeah,
sorry about that example. I wanted to add that example which you said about the woman who got laid off when she was 50, and she was doing the Airbnb also, just to survive. I mean, there's examples of a guy here who was making like 150,000 a year, and he was good engineer, and he has applied like 800 jobs. He has applied 800 jobs and he did not got any call back. Now he went back to living on some RV, and he's just doing DoorDash just to stay afloat. So thing is bad. Like it takes a lot of time for you to get back into the business, into any company. So don't save money, because you never know when you're next, no matter how good you are or how performance you are. If numbers won't add up in the stakeholders book, they don't see who is what's your name. They just gonna look at you as a number, and they're gonna get rid of you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a really unfair and really crazy. It's really a crazy era. It's a really crazy era, and I think in the United States it's a little bit much more violent than on what I can witness. But I think everyone is concerned. You know, the post that you may saw on my profile has just hit like 300,000 view. 300,000 people saw that in 48 hours. And I received a lot of DMs of people saying, we just feel the same. And we need to do something about that because we don't know how we're going to end up. And we don't know how much time this is going to take to get back to the normal. On the French side, on the French consulting group, for example, I just saw like some people that are just complaining, for months, and some people I've talked to just say like the market is dead since 2022, and they are just waiting, surviving, and all of that. And a lot of people are thinking even, to move to go somewhere else
Right.
and try to change somewhere else or maybe switch some business. I've had colleagues that are just to quit consulting and go to open supermarket or, or go to pursue some other goals, and live a kind of more calm down life
Right. Exactly.
and just go back to some kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much uncertainty here, and
Mm,
that post. I mean, a lot of people have reached me also. Some parents, like, they were asking, like, is it really worth for my child to learn the coding now? And I mean, it's just like really bad the how the it's basically the greed which like to make more and more profit, like uh has got us to this point. Um,
mm.
it is dying slowly, I think, if we are on this path, and there's because not a lot of people wants to come to the tech anymore. It's just going to be some companies, and with some, like, not a lot of people, some people who are leveraging AI and just doing the operation. So it's not going to be the same. It's been in 2019 or 20. That was like the good time, but I don't see it's happening like at that level again. The main reason, because once company lay off, they hire you back because they need you, but this time is they're not gonna hire you because they have AI agents. They're gonna put money on the AI agents than to get you back.
I, I have a question for people that has companies. I've seen a lot of guys that just writing me on LinkedIn. Oh, I have a like a lawyer firm, or I have a like a technology company, and they want to use AI agents in order to automate the job and to be like in the winner side for the future of business. Do you think that a company who is leveraging AI agents gonna survive in this market?
I mean, there's a lot of actually projects also which are some way trying to automate the existing work using AI. So
Mm.
if there are some people who are working and using AI, but I think most of the people are upgrading themselves like to the AI, which is true. But the main thing which we should be looking at, are there a lot of jobs in AI like we used to have? A lot of people will say no, and I think it is no. So, if you are leveraging AI in some way, I think you can go back and have a job uh, in the tech, but it's so bad. The recruiting process is so bad right now. Like it is taking months to years just to land a job. I mean, there are people who are being laid off for 6 months, 8 months, or 10 months. The new norm is okay, it will take approximately 6 to 8 months for you to get back to work. There are people who are applying thousands of jobs, but they are not getting a single call back because there's some AI agent, or they are putting that on the ATS, and your resume does not have those keywords. It could be anything. So yeah, I mean, it is bad right now. Uh, the companies who are leveraging, I think they got funded to uh, to automate the task using AI because they see the value that it bring is in the future. They don't need the engineers to do those work. They can just use that product and just the AI for that. So yeah, there's jobs, but there's gonna be a point then they there's not gonna be a lot of jobs. Like I'm gonna say it again. There's gonna be a job for consultant who can fix things which AI cannot, which is gonna be very very less.
Mm. Yeah, which gonna be really very less, very very less. And I keep thinking like maybe of course consultancy will just change and evolve. And as you said at the beginning, the job that will remain are the job that needs a lot of interactions and a lot of human interaction, external informations based from human interactions. Like those are going the job that we be surviving, kind of.
Right.
Thank you. for the time that you just given. It was planned to talk for 30 minutes, but we talked for a good 1 hour. Thank you for that, Loki. And
Absolutely.
so we just stay in touch. We just stay in touch.
Yes, absolutely.